Welcome back, everyone. We're back again doing another kind of pop culture to D&D class. I normally did anime style things, but I know there was the Men of Letters, and now we're going to have the Primordial Titan. This kind of inspired me through the most recent Godzilla film, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I saw it, and it kind of reminded me of the Ukutoa from Critical Role, how he's this kind of titan that was as made by the gods or as old as the gods, that kind of idea. And that's pretty much what the titans are in the Godzilla verse, where they're just so old that they're older than time themselves, essentially, or millions upon millions of years old. And I decided to make them a D&D class sort of thing. So Warlock, Otherworldly patrons. This little first paragraph is what you can find in the player's handbook. It's just a general Otherworldly patrons, where all the information comes from. The beings that serve as patrons for warlocks are mighty inhabitants of other planes of existences, not gods, but almost godlike in their power. Various patrons give their warlocks access to different powers and invocations and expect significant favors in return. Some patrons collect warlocks, dueling out mystic knowledge relatively freely or boasting of their ability to bind mortals to their will. Other patrons bestow their power only grudgingly and might make a pact with only one warlock. Warlocks who serve the same patron might view each other as allies, siblings, or rivals. It's kind of interesting that way. So our Warlock pact is the Primordial Titan. You have made your pact with a mysterious entity as old as time itself, a Primordial Titan. You have bound yourself to a Primordial Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, or other entity that is old as time itself. Their goal may be to seek retribution, wreak havoc, or establish their view of order. In some cases, their goals are completely obscure, even to those who make the pact with them. They're so old, they might just be doing it to have a laugh, or they don't even realize what you are in significance, or they're just doing it just for the sake of doing it. So at first level, you get to your expended spell list. The Primordial Titan list you choose from expended spells, list of spells when you learn Warlock spell. I kind of went for stuff that would be kind of similar to the Titan. So Godzilla, I know he has a radiation blast, but it's kind of blue, so it kind of reminds me of lightning, or even frost. And you have Ghidorah, who did lightning. Rodan has a kind of fiery thing. Mothra has this weird rainbow patterns, which kind of all different colors. So I did Bane, so to kind of maybe instill a bit of fear into their enemies, so giving them a weakened attack and worse on DCs, or not DCs, saving throws. And Chromatic Orb kind of sending out a blast of energy type, or what do you call it? Energy or damage type. And that second level, you have Ray of Enfeeblement, so kind of another thing that's kind of cool. Heat Metal, just because they get really hot and they can do different things. It kind of make them feel like Titanic, that their powers are just kind of exuding through them. I know that's not how Heat Metal works, but kind of the flavor wise, it kind of came that way. Fireball, Water Breathing. Just once again, Godzilla breathes water, so that seems kind of cool. Fireball, because Fireball's cool. Blight, Dominate Beast. Dominate Beast I thought was kind of cool, just because when your patron is the king, all the other beasts tend to show fealty to them, so I thought that was kind of cool. Big Beast Hand and Cloud Kill. I put Big Beast Handed, but you could easily reskin that to Godzilla's hand or Ghidorah's claw or Rodan or whatever, and just reskin the thing to be one of their you're getting one of their powers coming through just to strike your foes. I thought it'd be kind of cool if you had Big Beast's hand but reskin it just look like Godzilla's maw, and just all that scales and claws coming out. Obviously not doing slashing damage or anything, but just for that flavor text kind of feel, just make it kind of cool and more unique. And then at first level, you get Titan's Durability. Starting at first level, your body has imbued with the ancient power of a Primordial Titan. This allows you to become more sturdier than most other warlocks. Your hit points maximum increases by 1 and increases by 1 again every other level you gain in this class. Your base AC starts at 12 instead of 10. So normally for most classes, your AC starts at 10 plus your dex plus a few other bits and bobs. Say if you're I'm trying to remember what they're called, the chitinous guys that are like turtles. Torlock? I can't remember. One of the guys in Critical Role is not one of the characters, an NPC. It's kind of annoying me now, I can't remember. But you can have a higher AC, so when you start this, your AC is 12 instead of 10, so most classes you do 10 plus dex and then whatever armor you're wearing, but this will do it at 12, so it'd be kind of handy if you're going for if you have a shield and like you have really high dex, you'll have a pretty good AC, so you could be around 19 at level 1. Yeah, you could be, but it's unlikely that you're going to be putting all of your high stats into dex. You'd be more likely to put it into charisma and stuff. So then Titanic Imbuement, starting at 6th level, you have learned to invoke powerful magic within your weapon. You learn to choose one elemental imbuement listed below. As a bonus action, you fuse a single weapon with the magical energy of a known elemental imbuement for up to 1 hour. While active, attacks with this weapon deal an additional 1d4 damage of the chosen type. This damage is considered magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance, immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. Your enchantment lasts until the spell ends, but it can end early if the weapon is wielded by another creature or if you fall unconscious. So the way this works is you pick your imbuement at 6th level, so flame, ice, lightning, poison. You enchant your weapon with the elemental fire, ice, or cold even, lightning damage, and poison. It seemed kind of cool and since you're pretty much able to use a few different weapons, and if you need to get in close combat, it could work handy, and if you decide to go for Pact Blade, that would make this kind of a little bit powerful as well. Everything stacks, and also if you get into a situation where you're out of magic and you only have like a club or something, and just like be with your damage, and you could be doing, what's a club, I think 1d6, 1d8, add on a d4, be doing like up to 12 damage a round, which is not too bad considering at level 6, but you're more than likely, this is kind of like a backup if you need it. Then at level 10, you have Titanic Resilience. Starting at the 10th level, you can choose one damage type. When you finish a short or long rest, you gain resilience to that damage type until you choose a different one. With this feature, damage from magic weapons or silver weapons ignore this resistance. So you can say like slashing, fire, ice. I think that's usually how it works, damage type. Yeah, so like fire, cold, lightning, poison, whatever you want to do. So it'd be kind of cool if you matched your resilience to your imbuement, so you could say, oh, I'm going to hit you with fire, but I'm going to have resistance against it, which would be kind of handy. And then at level 14 you have Titan's Breath. Starting at 14th level, your body has become infused with the wrath of your Primordial Titan patron. You exhale fire in a 34 cone. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw against your Warlock spell DC, taking 42 or 10d6 fire damage on a failed saving throw, or half as much on a successful one. You must complete a long rest to use this feature again. You could always rescale this and say, like, if you choose one elemental imbuement, say for example fire, ice, lightning, poison, you could reskin it to, if you chose ice, you could do cold damage. If you did lightning, you could do lightning damage. If you did poison, you could do poison damage, etc. I suppose not really etc, because we said all 4, but yeah, if you want to do it. I just did fire because it's kind of like fireball or like a flaming breath attack from like a dragon or something, which you can kind of see is kind of similar to like a Godzilla or a Ghidorah kind of style. But yeah, ask your DM if you can change it up to match your imbuement. But I thought fire would be kind of cool, and it's kind of the standard trope for just that kind of fiery breath. But I suppose if you want to change it up, change it up. But yeah, I'll put a link to this in the description below. You can find it on my Google Drive, and you guys can download it there. There's a few others. I'll put a link to the all the other videos that we have. You guys can check them out. We recently had to re-upload our Dragon Slayer class. I can't remember, is it Toho or one of the TV Tokyos. We used a bit of a snippet from the first minute or so of like from Fairy Tail, where it introduces Natsu's a fire Dragon Slayer. They decided to take the video down. Originally got blocked in a few countries, and then they just completely took it off. So re-rendered it, took out that first few minutes, and it's ready to go. So there's no copyright content, and check it out. All the stuff's up there if you guys want to check it. I'm also working on a one for One Piece for the Zoro guy who uses multiple swords. I'm thinking of doing the same thing where it's a where it's like your class breakpoint or archetype. So I'm thinking of something how to work that out. Not make it too overpowered. But yeah, sure. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.